Hear the music adding. Welcome. Welcome. I'm just background noise at this point because I'm just a random black man speaking techno in the background. It's like a game montage. Sitting in front of the room. Everything is green. There is no longer sex. There's no more sex. There's no more sex. Because this it feels very. Man, that was a high moment. I'm on it, you know. Bodies in balance. Weather was weird. Connecticut, we had like tornadoes. We had like a tornado warning or something the other day, man. I was thinking about tornadoes like, how come like tornadoes never destroy anything that's beneficial? It's always like crops, you know, farm equipment, you know, field dogs, you know what I mean? Yo, what is a tornado going like pick up the armored truck and just drop it in the hood? You know what I mean? Just bust the armored truck open. We got money in the hood from the tornado, therefore we cure the hood. And I'm not saying it ain't gotta be any guards in the vehicle or nothing like that. You know, sometimes you gotta break a few eggs to the outlets, man. And in this case, armored truck workers took a tornado. This is dumb. That's fun, man. It's cool, man. Look at y'all. I was thinking about something like Africa. Some of the African rules is harsh as fuck. Like in Africa, if you are homosexual, no punishment is death. But in Africa, it's also customary for African men that are friends to hold hands and walk. If you're an African, you dudes holding hands, y'all walk at the target now. You know what I'm saying? Both have wives, but your fingers are interlocked. You look in each other's eyes, and that's not. So then, what exactly is gay in Africa? It's Middle Eastern too. Arabians, they hold hands. Like some of them hold hands like this. It's like, yo, you like do a masculine clash. They hold their hands with the pinkies like this. Like, come on. I know it's the custom, but like, dude, why you gotta go pinky to pinky? You know what I'm saying? Just be like, this is it. Yes. That's what I came from. Yes. Yes. Hey, people always take the words, man. You know what I'm saying? They took the rainbow. What is it took? Took all the letters. They even took the word gaze, because the original word gaze means to look forward. You know? I literally just made that bullshit up right now, just on some freestyle. But that's going into the anthology, man. That's going into the. That's going. What else I have to say? That's some comments, man. I don't know. I really don't have much to say. You know, I walked two-thirds of the audience they needed. And, it's like if Weekend at Bernie's came back to life and started walking. That's a reference to the older white folks. And then here she's more finished. You poppy cock. I don't know why I'm doing white people British accents, but I feel like Britain is Mecca for white people. He's the motherland. Dirty motherland, because you know he's being Cambridge. That's just fucked up. Last week was the Latinos, this week is the Caucasians. Next week's gonna be Jews. It's just racist. I could be racist because I'm appreciating ambiguous, man. You're fucking I'm like a fat, like bald, I'm like a Samoan with cancer. Like I said, Samoan that can't dance and shit, you know what I mean? It's pop up for no reason, man. These is my ass, you know, these is my ass. You got 1% body fat. Samoan's abs is shaped like pots. I like your hair. You like a character from like a 1970s sitcom. There's a choice to take and a choice not taken. Choice is up to you, my friend. Walk a dream next to you. If you type in family ties and like type in hairstyles, it just pops right up. That's our avatar for family ties. Like she got the family tie avatar. Yeah. You like privileged Mexican avatar, privileged Mexican avatar. This is like pretend these white nationalists are really good at making cupcake avatar. You got a soft side. You know you know those cupcakes. I'm not saying that you're a freak, just cupcakes are delicious. The best bakers in the world are dudes because they like to pack stuff. Like pack the cookie. I'm done. Listen. I'm done. Because y'all don't even see my inebriation. Then we're going to have really fun evening of comedy featuring one of my favorite cats out here. Connecticut, Gary Lex is going to be our feature midway into this comedy thing. But for now, we're gonna have a really good time, gentlemen. This was kind of in the middle there, 6 minutes each. Coming first to the stage, very, very funny, supporting the regulation on the regular. Clapping up for the comedy stylings of Chris. Warren.
Hey everybody, my name's Chris Warren. So happy to be in this bar with all these regulars that look so happy to see me. So happy they're getting a free world-class comedy show. Isn't that wonderful? Thank you for coming out. You were like, I just want to go drink with my friends, but now there's that famous guy from the TV talking to me. What a wonderful night. What a treat I'm in for. I'm so glad that God put this in my path instead of my friends. This is great. And I'm happy you're here too. So it's all working out. We're all making each other happy. I like how Mo said he's racially ambiguous. Listen, though, I just saying, I got some uncles who would disagree with that. They got some strong opinions about what you might be. That's okay. And we having a good Pride Month? Excited about Pride? Yeah, it's Pride Month. And I'm pretty openly religious, and so a lot of people assume I'm upset about Pride Month, which I think is stereotyping. That's not fair, I'm always nice to gay people. I don't know why people think I'd be mean to some religious. I'm always nice to gay people. Because they're already going to hell, Least I can do is be nice to them while they're here. Don't kick a man while he's down. God will sort him out. So I have not to brag, I have a black friend named Greg, and on the surface we have nothing in common, but we get along great. We go everywhere together. We're inseparable. And one of my more progressive friends said, "Hey, are you only friends with Greg because he's black? Is this a social clout thing for you?" And I was like, "No, that's disgusting. Greg's my best friend." And she was like, "Would you still be friends with Greg if he was white?" And I was like, "No way. No." Because, it'd be awkward if I was friends with a white dude that said the N-word that much. That'd be really uncomfortable in public. That'd be like, "Greg, I get you can say it, but you gotta chill." They're not aware of your past life as a black man. Speaking of friends, I also have white friends. Where all my white guys at? Let's not get too hyped. Bad stuff happens. We get too hyped. It's mid-energy. But for all of my non-white men audience members, do you guys know how white dudes know they're going to be best friends? Anyone? I'm sorry, white guys. I'm going to out for a second. The way you know you're going to be best friends with another white guy is when you can finally say the N-word in front of each other. No one gets fucking weird about it. That's when I know you're all thinking, "That's horrible, not my white friends, they would never do that." And it's like, yeah, they never do that around you, we're not stupid. But when they're alone in their car with their friend Todd, they're saying every lyric of that Kendrick Lamar song, I promise you. And here's the thing about, taking your friendship to that next level with another white man, right? It's kind of like saying I love you to a pretty girl for the first time, right? Because you don't want to say it, and they don't say it back. It's like an awkward situation. I butchered that joke. That was so much better last night. All right, this one's pretty racist, but I think it's really funny. It probably worked better as a sketch written by a black guy. If you didn't know this was written by me and you saw it on the Key and Peele show, you'd think it's really funny. So just pretend I'm reading the script of the Key and Peele show, and you'll think it's funny. So I went with my black friend Greg from before. I went with him to a black movie festival, which I didn't know they had those, but we went to Atlanta, went to a black film festival, and we went to see an art film while we were there, like an experimental art film. And there was, not to stereotype, but everyone still talked during the film, but it was very different than usual. Like at one point they were like, "Hey, yo, you remember that painting? It's a reference to his bad relationship with his father from before. Pay attention." I just like the idea of black guys heckling at an art film with like cinema knowledge of symbolism. It's really funny to me. I like it. I'm gonna keep doing it until someone hits me. I was sorry. I had a lot of black jokes tonight, guys. Juneteenth happened, and I got way too excited. So I didn't realize I was doing all of them tonight. So I was talking to I only have one. It's always Greg. Whenever I say black, it's always Greg. So I was hanging out with Greg the other day, and had to go to a doctor's appointment the day before. And they test you for everything, right? They take like 8 vials of blood and they test you for like everything under the sun. And I'm neurotic, right? I'm Jewish, so I'm neurotic. So I start thinking that I probably have AIDS, I'm probably dying, I have every disease known to man. And so I start thinking about death way too much. And so I go to Greg and I'm like, hey, Greg, are you afraid to die? And he was like, hell no, Chris, I can't wait to go to black heaven. And I was like, what? Hold on, Greg, do you think heaven is racially segregated? Because first, my grandpa's going to be thrilled to hear that. But also, that sucks. I don't want to be, going to my different heaven, you're going to your heaven. That doesn't seem like fun. And so he thought about it for a little bit. And he was like, well, Chris, here's the thing. You're Jewish, so you guys don't really go to heaven either way. It's not something you have to worry about. Anyway, guys, my name is Chris Warren. You've been delightful. Give it up for your wonderful host, Mo.
Clap it up, Mr. Warren. So, if we've learned anything from this set, black people have terrible taste in movies. He has a very strong argument because Tyler Perry's a billionaire. This looks an ass, man. It's the same one. It's always some fat bitch that has a husband that's cheating on her because she got fat. She didn't hold her part of the argument. Be in shape till you get old. That says that in Genesis. So she didn't keep her part of the wedding vows of keeping herself on point. You know what I'm saying? So he's sleeping around doing his thing, but still paying the bills and all that shit. And then she meet a sexy pool boy or a gardener or some shit like that. It's light skin with the abs, you know what I mean? And then she just be thinking about getting with him, don't want to desperate the marriage and shit. Yeah. And, real husband almost kill her and shit. I don't know. It's the same flick all the time. He's a good man. Sometimes, in order to be a successful man, you have to build a career pretending like you're a woman. Bruce Jenner's a prime example, man. It's not funny. Is that funny? I never understood the concept of the word homophobic. A phobia is an irrational fear. You know what I'm saying? Something like spiders or monsters, you know what I'm saying? Or some type of crazy disease and nothing like that. I ain't never seen a person that was scared of gays. Oh shit, gays! I've never seen that. But I've seen people have that reaction to a trend. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never seen that. Plus, the scariest shit on earth is the monsters, is the villains, man. When last time you seen a scary gay villain? No, it's gay. You never seen that shit. You know what I mean? You got the urinal about to take piss. But they was in prison. That was really a feeling, prison rules. The sisters in Shawshank Redemption, that don't really count. They still get killed. I'm talking about actual beat. You never see Freddy Krueger better get that booty hole. You never seen Freddy Krueger say, no, but he never started with that booty hole. He never. No, I'm saying it's different. It's still different levels, man. The point I'm trying to make is you never seen a blatantly gay was not on par with pedophilia, you fucking asshole. You never seen a blatantly gay adult legal, even though he kills people, but has a legal taste in sex, even though he's gonna kill you. It's over 18, so it's not as bad. It's never seen a gay villain. Rah, bitch, take a piss, bite your dick off, bite your dick, bite your dicks. He wasn't a villain. I'm talking about supernatural that can't be killed, that keeps coming back for more. I'm back, bitch. Like, I'm trying to kill Big Out. You thought I was God, Big I'm back, bitch. Like, you ain't never seen that gay character, man. Because it'll be overkill. It's already a lot of gay regular people. Then you gonna make gay heroes too. That was just too much gay. Something working for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, man. I'm trying. I don't like bucket like nervous. Got like Golden Gloves champion from 1984. Back when I was young, you know, I used to hit him with the jab. I should hit him move, man. Crazy thing, he was like 26 years old. It's just like, he want to be old. You know, some people just like Matt Heath, they want to be old and shit for no reason. Like, man, I can't wait till I got to pay these bills and everything. That nigga, he was 22. Stop talking. Matt was acting just like that 10 years ago. Anyway, listen. I'm sorry, man. I was bringing way too much. Ain't about me, man. We're going to keep this microphone thing, jiggling, rolling. Coming up to say very, very funny. Burger.
Give it up for him. Give it up. This is great, Mike. Roma's in New Britain. Hell yeah. I work in New Britain, and there is a Cybertruck going around. You guys see that? There's a Cybertruck going around New Britain, and my first thought is, wouldn't you use that money to not live in New Britain? You know, sounds like what you should be doing with your money. You know, that was like a big jackass driving around a big Tetris on wheels. I don't know. I recently got a nose job from a blind girl. It was her first time, too, you know, so I didn't have the heart to tell her that that's not my penis, you know? I work at the world's most robbable bank, and it's the world's most robbable bank because I am a security guard. People plan on robbing banks, you know? Like when people drive by me, they go, oh shit, honey, when's that movie starting? 30 minutes? Oh, 45? Oh, we got time. Kevin, we're going to be a little late. You're not going to see the opening of Despicable Me, but Christmas is going to slap this year.
Good job, man.
Thank you. The worst part about working my job is the people that want to talk to me. I hate people. It's always about the weather. Everybody wants to talk to me about the goddamn weather. And it's so annoying. Like one time it was like 35 degrees out and raining, so it was shitty out. And this lady comes up to me and she says, boy, your job sucks. And I'm like, geez, thanks for saying my job sucks. What a weird thing to say to somebody. And the guy with her was like, oh no, we don't mean you're doing a bad job. You're doing a great job. We're just saying your job sucks. And I'm like, you know, my job is to stand here. You don't need to tell me that I'm doing a good job. The Down syndrome workers at Goodwill are doing a good job. I'm just standing here. And on the opposite side of that, when it was really hot out, this lady, she leaves the nice AC bank, and she goes, boy, how hot is it out here? She asked that to a man who's melting. And I was like, it's hot as shit out here, lady. Why are you asking me? That's like being a survivor in a lifeboat on the Titanic and asking anybody in the water, like, excuse me, how cold is it out there? Stop splashing. You can't hear my question. How cold is it? Oh, he's not moving anymore. Okay. Sweet. And like last week, I was in New Britain, and this guy walks up to me, and he asks, do you know karate? I was like, no, and also why? And he said, I grew up in this town. This is a rough town. You gotta know how to defend yourself. Karate has to be the most unserious of all fighting techniques. My buddy got black belt in 8th grade. I was like, I'm pretty sure any sophomore can kick your ass right now. Can you imagine me trying to defend my bank with karate? I'd be like, whoa! And then the guy would shoot me. This is New Britain. You know, I'd be like, oh, this wasn't worth $15 an hour. Have you ever been called into your job, into your boss's office, and he showed you how you were screwing up with video evidence? My boss, he pulls me in. He's like, "Can you describe?" He turns the screen to me. He's like, "Can you describe to me what's going on here?" And I said, "That appears to be me approaching an ice cream truck, sir." And he said, "And how would you describe the men entering the bank behind you while you are occupied?" And I said, "Those would be 4 men wearing shiesties, sir." And he said, "Shiesties? Those are bank robbers wearing ski masks." And I was like, "Whoa, sir, your racism is showing. Just because a black male is wearing a ski mask doesn't make him a bank robber. Okay?" And he said, "Well, those not bank robbers made off with all our money." And I said, "You're telling me that SpongeBob popsicle cost me $13 bucks. All right, guys, my name's Burger. Got truck gonna sponsor me.
Clap it up, brother. Keep things up. We're gonna keep this microphone thing down there rolling. Coming next to the stage, man. One of my homies, one of my homies. Clap it up for the comedy stars of E and Carl.
Thanks, Mo. Hey, guys. What's up, boners? How you doing tonight? Here to have fun, huh? Last couple days of Pride Month. I'm soaking it up. I'm not even gay or anything. It's the only time of the year I can drive with my convertible top down and people don't spit at me at stoplights. So, soaking it up, man. 4th of July is next week. You guys celebrating? No? Bunch of communists. Cool. Bunch of Chinese sympathizers. Neat. Nobody's celebrating 4th of July? I thought this was like a pro-America type bar. Not excited. I'm not excited either because I don't celebrate on the 4th of July because I'm not a fucking Chinese sympathizer, man. I celebrated 6 months ago on January 6th like a real patriot, you know what I mean? But I do love hot dogs. I was going through the supermarket looking for some dogs to grill up, you know, on a holiday. And you got your kosher dogs there. I'm like, yeah, kosher dogs. That makes sense. All beef. The animals are killed in the proper way. So they're kosher. Right next to the kosher dogs was Mormon dogs. I was like, Mormons have hot dogs? What the fuck makes them Mormon, right? And I looked, and what makes them Mormon is that they soak them, each and every one. Thank you. Those of you that know about Mormon culture find that joke disgusting. Mormons aren't allowed to fuck. They're not allowed to fuck, but they're allowed to put their dick inside, and it's called soaking. That's what like unmarried, college-aged Mormons do. They soak, and they have a third person called the shaker who jumps on the bed next to them. That's real. Think about the hot dogs, I made that up. It was a joke. Anyway, it's called soaking, so now it'll hit better next time, now that you're a little bit more cultured, right? You guys don't know about your neighbors. Fuck, man. 4th of July. Live. 4th of July's, really. Right? Remember 9/11? Never happened. Those buildings are still there. They painted them invisible. Yeah, man, you guys gotta do your own research, bro. You gotta do your own research. Like that guy. Maybe the most American story ever. There was a man in New Mexico who he thought the earth was flat. He couldn't trust airplane windows. He thinks they're all LCD screens. He can't trust anything. So he's smart enough to build himself a rocket that he can ride it, right? And he gets in his rocket and he shoots up to 7,000 feet. That's incredible. He did this in his backyard. Goes up to 7,000 feet to see with his own eyes the curvature of the earth, right? But he didn't see that 7,000 feet. So he tries again. A couple years later, builds another rocket. This time he goes up to 10,000 feet. What happens? He explodes and dies. That is so America. It's like smart enough to build a rocket, dumb enough to fucking get in and put a GoPro in there, you dummy. What are you doing? Genius retarded. Love that. That's America, you know? Like, hey man, guns don't kill people. Fucking incel trans teenagers, dude. I don't know. What's up, Kramer? Good to see you back in the comedy circuit. Every week she dresses up like one of my favorite TV shows. Wild. Pokemon, now Seinfeld. I really don't have the Mormon thing about soaking hot dogs in a Mormon girl's pussy. It's funny to me. Mormon hot dogs. Did I say it again? They soak the hot dogs. That's what makes them, you know what soaking is, right? Now I'm just taking a Tyler approach to this, you know? Hey, you guys like chairs? Hey, here's a chair. Look at this. Shut up. Oh, what else is new, man? Fuck. That's it. That's kind of just the new stuff. Not even doing up here, guys. A lot of guys do. All right, I'll open up a little bit. A lot of you guys don't know this, but I'm actually a father. I got twins, different mothers. You know. But, yeah, I had questions too, man. Like, is that luck? Is that skill? Just remember swiping right on one of those dating apps and busting twice during interracial threesome, and now every time I go to the grocery store, they think I'm like a collector, like Angelina Jolie or something like this, yeah? You know, little mixed race babies. I named one Tokyo and the other one Nairobi, you know. Which is funny to me because they're both Mexican. No, I'm kidding. I don't have any kids. I actually stopped using condoms though, officially. I'm done with condoms. Not because I'm 36, but because they don't biodegrade and they're killing the aquatic sea life. The condoms are winding up in the oceans, killing the fucking turtles, right? I love the turtles. So I had to stop using condoms. And it was a difficult decision. Because on one hand, you gotta save the turtles, right? I love the turtles. But on the other hand, I think safe sex is something really important to practice, you know? Especially when you're out there fucking aquatic sea life, you know? So no more turtle fucking for me. I'm back on to regular human women, you know? There's a lot smarter and harder to catch. I think you knew that. Damn. Now we've lost you. It's okay. It's hot in here, huh? All right, that's it. That's it, guys. That's it for me.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. He made me realize something about the 4th of July. If you think about it, the 4th of July is kind of gay. Like, it's on a subtext level. Because if you realize, like, the food that's consumed the most during the 4th of July, hot dogs, man. So every year to commemorate America's independence, you gotta put the meat in your mouth. Here. Relish, mustard, sauerkraut, you know what I mean? That's what make it gay. Like why can't it just be only hamburgers? Why can't it just be only because they don't care about no buns? That's why. Psychological, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about meat. No buns, man. Just meat in your mouth. Firecrackers explode, pop, like peas pop. It's firecrackers and meat. So it's kind of gay, man. You know what I'm saying? If it was just hamburger buns and bubbles, it wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Instead of firecrackers have bubbles, then that shit's stupid as fuck, right? Come next to the stage, very funny. Newburgh's own Bob Cook is here.
Perfect. Get it from Mo Green. What Mo Green is saying is hot dogs are for Pride Month. Justin Timberlake got a DUI, drank himself a river. He's bringing drinking back. Biden-Trump debates tomorrow, brought to you by Hims. How about that Pope? Pope got in trouble for saying the word faggotry. I'm pretty sure English is not the Pope's first language. How far into Duolingo is the word faggotry? It's hot today. We were having a heat wave last week. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember last week? It was super hot, and everybody on TV's like, drink plenty of fluids, drink plenty of fluids. We're 70% water. Drink plenty of fluids is the response to anything anybody says to you. I'm going to law school. Drink plenty of fluids. I got chlamydia. Drink plenty of fluids. Dad, I think I'm gay. Drink plenty of fluids. I'm pregnant. You should have drank more fluids. Speaking of that, have you guys heard of that Hawk Tour girl? Can we have a moment of silence for that girl's father? That guy's got to move out of state. She was probably embarrassed 3 years ago if he wore like a Nickelback t-shirt in public. Now he's got into the witness protection program. I got canceled last night in East Hampton. And not just geographically, like chronologically. They're like, go the fuck back to the 90s, old man. Go back and buy yourself an affordable house and get frosted tips. What happened was, I was in one of these roast battle things, and Danny, we all know Danny, goes, Bob Cook beats his wife. And I'm like, cool, improv. Yes, and she deserved every one of those beatings. And the crowd said, yes, and you're canceled. But imagine that if you were like stuck in the 90s and you could see the new millennium through some chain link fence, and you're like, what the fuck? Are there no more magazines? Don't people read anymore? Everyone's looking at their pocket calculators. What are they doing? Some kind of weird math? Are they trying to calculate the area of a triangle? Which in college was my pickup line. Let's go back to my dorm. I'll calculate the area of your triangle. Thank you. But yeah, I got canceled. Like, get the fuck out of this century, old man. Do you guys ever, anybody here ever travel in the South or been to the South or, yeah, you been to the South? Were you there long enough to like develop a relationship with a girl, hook up with a girl? I was married. You're married? Yeah. Tyler, a little bit, maybe? Well, I went down there with. All right. Because here's my tip for you. If you're in the South and you meet a Southern girl and you come close to copulation, right? Right before penetration, look down and go, that's a hell of a cooter, man. Because the hell means you're serious, right? And the casual, playful word cooter means every time. And what young woman doesn't love the respectful name of ma'am? So next time you go to the South, when you're ready to hook up, that's a hell of a cooter, man. Does that joke work at all? I don't know. Last night I had a ghost pepper. It's still haunting my asshole. Like, there were more jokes here. The 911 system was out in Massachusetts. Did you hear about that? Yeah. Can you DoorDash a fire extinguisher? Because that's all we need, people. I don't know. I remember the first time I fingered a girl. Yeah, I was young. I don't know. I was like Juneteenth. I'm not sure. But that's all right. That's stupid. But it was like a puzzle down there. It was like a Rubik's cube. It was like a cubic cube. And you know, while a gynecologist can talk in depth about the vagina, she can go deep in the vagina. I can really just skim the cervix. Anyway, give it up for Bo Green.
Bob Cook. Bob Cook reminds me of Joe Pesci and my cousin Vinny. But if he was like without an Italian accent, just like a regular American accent, that would be Vinny. Shady crossover. I said he looks like a shady crossover. You get a 15-year-old on a 2001 Toyota Camry. I'll take that deal right now. See, y'all know I'm old, you know what I'm saying, and like we all have some type of inebriation. So when you write your name on here, like try to make it legible. Like don't write this shit like you're writing a fucking prescription and then get mad when the hoes don't know how to say your name. You can read your fucking illegible Sanskrit, crooked fingered, arthritis, Ebola virus ass handwriting we wouldn't have these issues. I'm just fucking around. Coming next to stage, Brandon! Yeah!
Howdy, everybody. Most of there isn't any scary gay criminals, villains in movies. All right, but the stipulation was it couldn't be a prison movie. All right, so imagine you look delicious. Imagine you're coming out of a bar and you're like, oh man, I gotta take a piss so bad. And where you going, Mom? You're terrified of the store. And you're like, oh, this is a good spot to take a piss. And you start taking a piss, and then suddenly I emerge. And I go, hey, what you got there, buddy? And then, when you're like, oh, I should leave, you turn to my buddy here. Why am I? Because I'm going to attack you. All right, so, surprise. Anyway, that's scary, right? A little bit, no? Whatever. So anyways, surprisingly after that, I clarified. I have to clarify, I'm not gay. I know it's crazy. I have to say that. And it's kind of hard to tell based on the way I sound. But the quickest way you can tell if somebody is gay is when you're fucking them in the ass. You reach around, right? And if they're hard, they're gay. And you're like, yeah, you like that shit, you like this. You do it! Fucking gay, alright. So back to what I wanted to do. When I was a kid, I wanted so badly to be on All That from Nickelodeon. And I wanted to be on it so badly that I used to literally write them letters from my school, from my daycare. I would write, hey, my name's Brandon. I really want to be on the show. I think it'd be great. I would send them ideas for skits. And I would always include pictures of myself. Wow, did I dodge a bullet? Holy shit. I know we all have fucked up childhoods, obviously we're here to do comedy and shit. And like all of you, my childhood was right full of abuse and shit. But what I got from that was nothing. And hear me out. Really hear me out on this. If I would have done all that, I would have gotten all that and would have had something. A career, what's her name? Ariana Grande, she's looking it up right now. You wouldn't want to switch positions with Ariana Grande? No? Her life is great. I don't know. Her life's amazing. Anyways, my mother is Nigerian. So that means I am the most ungrateful, spiteful, horrible child ever conceived. No, I'm joking, that's my sister. But what it does mean is that I have severe mommy issues. And I don't know where it's going. Somewhere. We're somewhere good. I was somewhere good today. You guys take my notes? You guys skip on me? Oh shit, I was literally a theater major. I decided that was a good use of my money and my time is to become a theater major. And to study like acting. And what broke the illusion for me is my professor, she had a doctorate in theater, which meant she spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, just like maybe $150,000. I don't know, tuition department. And she spent a fuck ton of money to get a paper that says she can play pretend better than everybody else. All right, now the pretending thing came to a halt, to a face, I guess. One day she was criticizing some shit. Anyway, she was like criticizing the way I was doing the character, and she was like, "That's not the way the character would do that." And I was like, "No, we're just playing pretend. We're literally just playing pretend. Everything is pretend. Nothing's real, right?" Anyways, that's actually how I stopped theater. I stopped theater because I had to take care of my family, trauma and shit. Trouble. Yikes. I don't understand the not getting late thing in the year 2024. There are so many solutions. And the first one I would suggest if you have trouble is you find your favorite porn star, find out the company they work for, the agency they're working with, and you send them an email. Hi, excuse me, I was interested in so-and-so talent. Are they available for a scene? And they'll actually correspond. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah. Right, thank you, everybody.
For Brandon, yes, Brandon. Brandon, I was looking at you in my high state. I realized you look like Lisa Simpson if she was a transgender Latino boy. There's a Dora the Explorer reference there too. Like Dingo the Explorer. Is that too much credit? I'm not trying to talk about your penis. Dingo the Explorer. This motherfucker like, you know, like Taj Mowry mixed with Jesse Smollett. So like a perfect blend of them. Taj Mowry's younger brother to Sister, living my child. I'm talented, motherfucker. I host this shit with Dave Dudes, bitch. And that's why I keep coming out here every single week supporting the Hoes Open Mic Wednesday, clapping up themselves, trying to get I'm doing a terrible job of rallying you motherfuckers. If we was at war and like I was trying to rally them up to go get the troops, we all be dead as a motherfucker. None of y'all feeling me right now. Leave me your ears, you got to. You have to make the people in the back laugh. Do they want jokes? Is that what they want to do? I don't know why I'm talking like Scrooge McDuck. No, I'm stop. I was giving a damn. I just fucked the whole movement. I had it. That's like the Latino tribunal right there. The Latino. It's a tribunal of Latinos. You know what I'm saying? It's like no bien, it's no go. You suck them down. That's it. Yeah. Anyway, coming next to the stage. Very, very funny. Calvin.
What's up, bro? So listen, I don't know a lot of these jokes just because they make me laugh. I apologize in advance if you guys don't like them. Sometimes you gotta do comedy just for yourself. How did Freddie Mercury accomplish so much in his later years? He had AIDS. You gotta be smart for this one, guys. Where do psychics buy new clothes? Sears. The other day, I saw a black guy getting arrested with a purple bandana in his pocket. I was surprised to see that the Bloods and Crips had put their differences aside and formed a super gang. It's a color wheel joke, guys. Red and blue makes purple. No? Roy G. Biv? Fuck you guys. Speaking of gang activity, have you all heard about the Kia Boys? Yeah, they're a group of young urban teens stealing cars, specifically Kias. I didn't realize the economy was so bad that your credit score dictated what kind of car you could steal. I went to New York the other day. You guys been to New York recently? I accidentally suggested that we take the Underground Railroad for travel. I realized I fucked up as soon as I got on, though, because there's no way Harriet Tubman would have let that many black people listen to their phones without headphones. You have to be quiet on the Underground Railroad. Thank you for selling that one, Mo. I told that joke to a couple friends, and they're like, I don't get it. I go, apparently you've never used public transportation with black people. Fuck. Have you guys heard my, what's her name? Helen Keller joke yet? I told it a couple weeks ago. No, so Helen Keller, if you guys aren't familiar with this, she was actually a fan of eugenics. And she believed that children who are born with a disability should be put down at birth to prevent them from living a life of suffering.
So this is a full-grown handicapped woman telling you that children with disabilities should be killed. Now, I don't know if she actually said that. What she said was, and her aide translated for her, but I think her aide was just sick of putting up with her shit. She wanted to make sure that no other handicapped kids grew up to be a nuisance. I'm recently single. Thank you for the woo, Randy. You always woo for this. Please don't woo though. She broke up with me because she has cancer. And apparently I have Virgo, so that means we're not compatible. White girls with nose rings, am I right, fellas? So she believed that cards could tell the future. She believed that burning herbs could get rid of demons in your house. And she believed that crystals could change your mood. In all my years of experience, there's only one crystal that's ever changed my mood, and I needed a broken light bulb and a lighter to make it happen. I am single now, and I have two options. I can either work on myself and make myself a better person, or I could dive back into the dating pool. So who knows what I'm picking? But it's hard being a fat guy dating. Pop culture doesn't really support fat men. There are no fat Avengers. If there was any Avenger that should be fat, it should be Captain America. If he really embodied the American spirit, he would be fat as fuck. His shield would just be a pizza that he was throwing at people. We need more fat actors in fat roles. We have Martin Lawrence wearing a fat suit. Tom Hanks is wearing a fat suit. It's pretty much the obese version of blackface. Maybe that's a little strong, but what else do we want to talk about, guys? Gary's right. It is really weird if you don't get laid in 2024. Everybody's got a fetish that they go after, and I have learned that for some women, I am a fetish. They do like big dudes with beards and tattoos. And this one girl in particular that I was dating was obsessed with my fat rolls, my love handle. She called them snacks. And she would knead me like pizza dough, and I called her Mama Celeste. And then we changed it up, and she'd be like, "Oh, you got that pepperoni for me, Papa John?" And then I call her the N-word, and it'd be really hot. All right, guys, I think I'm going to end on a good laugh. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
Clap it up, guys, press. That was dope, man. Clap it up, man. Give me some more rounds, man. Stop hating comedians, man. I'm fucking hating. I was like this. I'm not clapping that shit, man. I made y'all motherfuckers Mexican and stuff. They're totally off. Hey, motherfuckers killing up their music and shit. Alright, listen. We're gonna put this microphone thing wrong. Eric Rodriguez!
Thanks, Mo. I always call him the discount Hannibal Buress. My man's the Family Dollar Hannibal Buress right there. I know why you're laughing. You're the gay corporate blue, bro. I see it perfectly. But, so I feel like people from the north of us are assholes, right? So does that make people from Connecticut taints? I don't know. But I know you guys are thinking, I look a lot like Joaquin Phoenix, right? Yeah, you see it. Like if Joaquin Phoenix started method acting for a role where he was a homeless man in Tent City. No, that one. Okay, what about Drake? You guys see Drake? I get told I look a lot like Drake. No, come on, Drake. What about Drake's retarded half brother? Did he start smoking crack? A little bit? Yeah, a little bit. All right, cool. I was definitely that friend growing up where your mom was not a big fan of. Like, she gets super nervous, you hanging out with me. She's like, that here, you want to watch out. And I get it. It's because being friends with me is like having a parole officer. I pop up at random times when you least expect it. I'll ask you for clean pee, and if we leave your house together, you're probably going to jail. I'm inconvenient, man. What can I say? I feel like friendship's inconvenient too, though. Like no one told me that later in life, erections won't be the only thing you'll have trouble keeping, but it'll be new friends too. You know, I feel like just like one beer turns into elaborate vacation plans and no recollection of agreeing to it. Like, you're like, what the fuck? You look at your phone, your manager just accepted some PTO, you're like, I did not put that shit in, bro. But yeah, no, I did, man. I've started to kind of like notice too that like all my new friendships and like relationships have been started against my will. Like it's always either like a coworker or a family member, and like they always want to hang out like when I don't want to, when I'm not willing. I started kind of just notice that adult friendship's just a fancy word for rape, honestly. Like they just hold you down, force plans down your throat. Maybe no one else feels like that. But let's see, what else I got? Okay, all right. So, what's the drug for friendship, right? Like ED has Viagra. Like, what's the Viagra for friendship? Is it like a Bad Boys movie? Like bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when marriage comes for you? Bad boys. That was fucking lame, right? Yeah, that's pretty lame. I know. I'm pretty fucking lame now. I'm starting to realize. Let's see what else I got. Oh, group chats, dude. Like, you know how I know I'm a shitty friend because, dude, I'm so bad at group chats. Like, I feel like I just don't look at my phone for 2 hours. Before you know, like, I'm inundated with fucking 180 notifications, and I gotta look at voice messages. I gotta hear voice messages, watch TikToks, respond to texts. Like, the group chats, honestly, man, group chats are the gangbang version of rape. Seriously, man. And also, I know how I'm a shitty friend is because, like, anything I try to do always backfires, man. Like, anything nice I try to do, that shit backfires so hard. It backfires worse than Joe Biden's bring your kid to work day. Like, literally, I feel like that's why my friends don't invite me over for, like, dinners anymore with their wives and shit. Like, they're afraid we're gonna have some kind of like incident. They're like, hey, come over, bring dessert, bro. Please, come over for dessert ASAP. I'm like, all right, yeah, dude. I show up with like a hooker and some Coke, and their wives are not amused at all. They're fucking not happy about it, dude. I'm like, what? It's not that kind of party, dude? What else is going on? So, today at work, I had a little incident today. It was kind of funny. So I have a group at my desk. I work a job where we have like cubicles and shit. There's a ball, you know, you can shoot it in the hoop, obviously, play basketball and shit. There's like a little space behind my desk. So I shoot the ball, goes behind that little space with like a heater, dude. I swear, I fucking took a look and it wasn't there. So I'm just going around the office like a fucking child, like, where's that baseball? Where's that ball at? You see my ball? Where's my ball? Where's my ball? Come on, ever see my ball, man? Ever see my ball? And like for a 28-year-old with a bunch of fucking 35 and 40 and 50-year-olds in the office, it was pretty fucking childish, dude. And when I thought I couldn't find the ball, I literally like went to my manager and like a tear streamed out my eye, and I was just like, I can't find my basketball, man. And then he went over to my desk. He looked behind that fucking, right behind my cubicle. It was right fucking there, dude. Right fucking there, bro. Yeah, it was pretty bad, man. But I'll give the mic to the room. Thank you guys for coming out. I'll be here.
Aaron Rodriguez, he kind of looks like Ben Affleck if he was born in Afghanistan. You know what I mean? Like a perfect blended combination. It kind of hit. It wanted to hit. It wanted to. Like somebody's like, ha! But nobody else joined in and shit, so he's like, he's like, that shit was funny. Nah, that shit was whack because I went back. That's what happened in the moment of that particular joke. That was cool. We don't keep this shit going. Coming up to the stage, my friend in this comedy game, Will Holly!
Keep it up for Mo Green, guys. My favorite open mic, Romans. How are you doing tonight, folks? Yeah. Now, I don't know about y'all, but my perspective on autism has changed drastically in the last 20 years. First time I ever met anyone with autism, I was about 5 years old. It was this kid, Tom, right? He was like a year younger than me. His autism was so severe, could barely say hello or goodbye, just a lot of But I will say, to his credit, Tom never snitched once in his entire life, even if he wanted to. I was staying with his family for a while. Me and my brother, we were terrible children. We knocked over a vase in their house. Tom starts freaking out, runs up to his mom. His mom just says, "Oh, what's wrong, baby? You want some mac and cheese?" Extra cheese, you got it, sweetie. But the thing with Tom that informed my perspective on autism at the time was this kid, a year younger than me, right around the time I started learning my multiplication tables, he becomes fluent in Japanese simply by reading the Japanese instructions on the back of video game jackets. So that was my worldview on autism, was Tom and Dustin Hoffman and Rayman, right? That was it. 2024, I have met a fair amount of people who claim to be autistic when they're not that different from myself. So it leads me to believe one of two things. Number one, I have autism. Number two, these motherfuckers are lying and using a disability for their own personal gain. But let's play devil's advocate for a second. Let's say these people do have autism, which means I have autism. I don't have the good kind of autism, I guess you could say. I don't have the cinematic autism that you need in like a Mission Impossible or Ocean 11 or a heist movie, right? I'm not the autistic guy that can help pull the heist off. If I was in a heist movie, they'd say, "All right, Will, I need you to go on the casino floor, third slot machine to the left, put in the security code, and set off the alarm." There's way more people than you originally told me there were going to be in the casino floor. Also, I can hear the music from here. I know it's going to literally tear out my eardrums, so good luck with the heist. I'm going to go check out the Lego store down the street. You think it's still open at this time? You see, it's just not going to work. Sometimes I come home from the bar and I want to talk to people, but all my friends are asleep. Well, I'll tell you who's not asleep. Tatiana, very lovely lady who works at the suicide hotline. Listen, they give you 45 minutes. I'm not suicidal, but I just want to just talk about like shows that I'm watching and stuff, right? Like I'll call up Tatiana late at night and I'll be like, "All right, so it's a show about like this guy. He's, a chemistry teacher, but he gets cancer and, he has to start making meth to pay his bills, and he starts hanging out with this former student of his who says bitch all the time." And Tatiana goes, "Well, everyone knows about Breaking Bad, okay? But there are people here who are actually trying to kill themselves, so in good conscience, I cannot keep you on the line." So I get, "Oh yeah? Well, guess what, Tatiana? If you hang up on me, I will kill myself. Then it will be your fault." Works every time. I'm a big movie guy. I watched this one indie film. I don't know if anyone's seen it. It's called Brokeback Mountain. And I watched it as a joke, right? A cowboy movie. But I was in tears by the end of this film. Very powerful movie. But all my straight friends, they pull my leg and they're like, "Oh, that's the movie with the gay cowboy butt sex." Yes, there is gay sex in Brokeback Mountain. But you know how boring Brokeback Mountain would be if there was no gay stuff whatsoever? Well, it's getting late. I think we should get some shut-eye. There's only one tent. Are we going to have to share? No, the other one's over there. You can take the one that's set up. Good night, man. That's it. That's the whole movie. All I'm saying is a little bit of anal sex makes for some great cinema sometimes. Has anyone ever seen Pulp Fiction? Marcellus Wallace. I was talking about it earlier. Shawshank Redemption. The Sisters. Forrest Gump. Okay, no, sorry, I got my movies confused. I was thinking about Forrest Humps. It's similar. Jenny still gets aged by the end of the movie. But execution, right? Like the death penalty. It's always kind of just fascinating me because they never got rid of it. No society ever got rid of execution. We just found more convenient ways to kill people. And it's not just about like how they do it. There's an art to it. They keep the people entertained. There's a lot going on. It's like having sex after drinking a milkshake. There's just a lot going on. And it's really changed, right? Like, the height of execution was when there was this one guy, what's his name? He had the hair, Jesus, right? So when Jesus was crucified, afterwards, no one wanted to die like the big kahuna. And by law, the Romans had to, follow their last request. They had to have the cross upside down for Peter. They had to have the cross sideways for St. Andrew. So it just got to a point where it just wasn't worthwhile. And then there was the dark age of execution. They tried different things, but it wouldn't work. Jordan quartering, too expensive. Beheading, too messy. But they thought, kiss that, keep it simple, stupid. Hangings, right? That's gotta work, unless you're Joe McGillicuddy, the fattest rapist on this side of the Mississippi. That motherfucker snaps that sucker right in half. Then you say, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Electric chair, once again, too expensive. Now we got lethal injection. That works for the most part, unless, of course, you are Lance McGillicuddy, who has the highest heroin tolerance on this side of the Mississippi River. Anyways, you guys have been great. My name's Will. Have a great night.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Well, all right. 2 claps. That's better than none. I was thinking about something. This comedy shit fails, right? And I have to become a porn star. My stage name is going to be Malcolm Sex. Or Optimus Prime. Like, whichever one, go with Malcolm Sex, man. You give a speech with your dick out. I can't do Malcolm X's voice, so I'm going to have to do Dr. King. I got my penis out, and I'll show you be sell up to my OnlyFans. I'm going to make you come at last. Come at last, Lord Almighty, get my OnlyFans. That shit got no reaction. That's crazy. Anyway, coming at the stage, very, very funny, Tyler!
Ian Carr left his glasses on the table. This is my impression of Ian Carr. Fattest rapist on the east side of the Mississippi. I'm the fattest rapist in this 1x1 square foot area. I used to live in New Britain until 3rd grade. The first time I ever got punched in the face was in New Britain. I was taking karate lessons, and I wanted to see how good I was at defending myself. So I walked up to some kid on the playground, and I was like, hey, on the count of 3, can you punch me in the face as hard as you can? Because I was going to block it, It was like 1, 2, 3. And then he punched me in the face as hard as he could, and then I fell to the ground and started crying. And then I stood up, and I said, could you please never punch me in the face ever again? And he said, okay. And then we never talked ever again. It's a true story. I went out on a first date the other day with this girl, and beforehand we were messaging, and she kept saying, I'm so fat. She's like, I'm so fat, you're not going to want to go on a second date with me. Like, I'm really fat, I'm like morbidly obese. The thing that was weird though, is she didn't actually look fat in like any of her pictures, but she kept saying that. I was like, it's fine, it's whatever, I'm still happy and up and stuff. She's like, I'm so fat, I have an eating disorder. I was like, I know, well, clearly, you can talk about it. And she's like, no, I have bulimia. I was like, oh, thank God. She's not actually fat, she just thinks she is. The true story, Libby from New Haven. She was telling me, she was telling me that she goes on like these online support forums for like anorexia and bulimia, and she says these old men will DM the girls on those forums and say things like, yes, you are fat. Send me a video of you puking, because you're like off to it. I was like, are you kidding me? That's the hottest thing I've ever heard in my life. If I knew that was an option, I wouldn't have been watching porn all these years. I would have been out there fucking. Dude, the other day we were making out, I was like puking my mouth. I was like puking my mouth. She actually did it. That'd be funny. That'd be pretty hot. That'd be fucking crazy. Ian, did you notice I had your glasses on? You left them on the table. Give it up for, where did Paul go? He's not even here. Give it up for Paul, who's sitting there 7 minutes ago. Give it up for Gail, Alexis, he's bucket hat, look. Give It's very vague. This is my idea, very vague crowd work. Hey, it's a QR code. It's a table. Get up again. Get up the QR code. What are you guys gonna talk about? Oh man, dude, Libby's so hot, dude. I went out with this girl on Monday. That's like 2 days ago. I'm so in love with her. I went out with her one day. Isn't that fucking crazy? Is that a fucking red flag? Dude, every time I've ever gone on a first date, I'm like in love with them. All I think about is Libby. I'm like, oh, it's just so cute. Just believe me, it's fucking adorable. Oh man. Hey, I used to go to Matt Heath's mic at the Hungry Tiger a couple years ago, and instead of doing comedy, I would just pay people to choke me on stage like every week for like several months. I had to pay something like $60 one time. Because no one was doing it. I'd be raising the ante. Yeah. What is this right here? Is this a speaker? Are you kidding me? Is this what speakers look like this day and age? Isn't that so crazy? Dude, actually, I used to have an inflatable, what is it, a boombox. I had an inflatable boombox in the 90s. Like, I had speakers on the end, you had to, like, blow it up and stuff. Isn't that cool? I don't know. But Libby, huh? Fucking Libby, she's got bulimia. It's so sexually attractive to me. I don't know why. I'm like, she'll never be fat. My last girlfriend was so fat. Such an upgrade. Yeah, I get it. One time I paid, you guys know Nick James? You don't really probably know. One time I paid Nick James to choke me at the Hungry Tiger, and he like leaned down like trying to kiss me for some reason. I couldn't my face out. It was really weird. I tried kissing Colin Mascarelli the other week at the Elbow Room. You guys know Colin? Because he like messaged me with this weird shit on Facebook all the time. He's like, can't wait to see you at the open mic, baby, or whatever. I don't know, like flirts with me. It's like really weird. So I called him up at the Elbow Room and I was like, hey, me and Colin Mascarelli kiss each other on the lips now. And he wouldn't do it, but I tried to do it. And I didn't want to. It was like for him. I'm like a good guy. I used to let my ex lick my asshole. I didn't even like it. I was so good. She was begging me all the time. What I really want to do, baby, please. I'm like, okay, you slimy rat. Whatever quenches your thirst. I don't get it. Why is everyone so into eating ass these days? It's a bad body part. I don't really. Give it up for Mo Green and
Up at the Tyler McDonald. That was a weird guy, wasn't it? Very odd. Yeah, very, just sprinkles. Like, it ain't sweet unless you're doing this. You can't just put sugar down like this. You gotta put sugar like this. You know what I'm saying? What kind of favor put the sugar down like this? You know, like this. I'm doing this. It means it's sweet. I'm doing this. I'm pouring salt again. You know what I'm saying? I'm being a hater. Okay. Anyway, I think this dude would leave the room. Anybody go? Coming up to the stage, she also hosts an open mic on Mondays in Manchester, the Hungry Tiger, and Tuesdays at Hot Dogs in Middletown. Clap it up for crowd sounds of Matt Heath.
Give it up for one of my old day one buddies, Mo, huh? Mo Green, running that thing? Yeah. JT Moore's in the house. Yeah, there's a good looking crowd here at Roma's tonight, huh? Yes. I was just scrolling through Facebook and some random black lady had mental Heath check-in written on her, because I think it was just a typo, but I was like, hey, my last name's there.
That was what I commented. Did you ever notice you're listening to Bill Withers' Lovely Day? It feels like you're living with a wholesome black family in a Cheerios commercial. Was that collab? If I were a transgender, I think my name would be Amandus Morissette. Okay. We're just trying stuff out here. Would you rather be hit with a real bullet or a super soaker full of diarrhea? What do you think? What about you, sir? Real bullet or a super soaker full of diarrhea? Real bullet? Even with the knowledge that a black man invented the super soaker.
Probably so.
Okay. What if it was like a hot guy's diarrhea, like Brad Pitt or something? No? Okay. Yeah, black man invented the super soaker. Also peanut butter. Did you know that? I don't know if that's true. I think the first person to invent peanut was the first guy that chewed peanuts. You know? You know? Which also could have been a black guy, so you know, they say the world started in Africa. And we're all actually, you know what? I'm gonna digress from this. You ever notice that like people do heroin in the McDonald's bathrooms?
That's only white people.
Yeah. That's what I'm fucking saying, man. These fucking white people are always doing heroin in the McDonald's bathrooms. And I think I figured out why they choose McDonald's. Because no one can really lay claim to the McDonald's